0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. After the number 16, most of your number will be coming from these numbers, 0 to 16. That is why it is extremely important for you to memorize these numbers. As you can see, dix-sept, 18, 19, 20. 20, 20, 30, 30, 40, 40, 50, 50, 60, 60. 21. This is my 10, and this is my unit number 1. And to unify these two numbers for all the unit 1, all right, you will have to unify your numbers by adding a in between them. And that's why you say 21. Remember, this is like a, like the letter A and the word, English word, date in English, right? Date, A. You say 21. I said 21 just because of the contraction, or when you make them together, you will have the sound 21. 21. 31, same thing. Unit 1, 10, 30. 41, 41, 41. 51, 51. 61, 61. Now, after that number 16 right here, you won't need any A to unify your unit 1 with the other numbers coming up. After the unit 1, you won't need that A in between your numbers anymore. Like you would have, or you would think about 20 et 2. No, that doesn't exist. After the unit 1, which is 1, you stop using A, okay? You have to replace that A by a hyphen, as you can see it right here. 33, same thing. 44, 50, quatre, now we have counted from 0 to 60. So what about 70, 80, 90, and 100? Let's see how to spell and pronounce the following numbers. We already saw 60, which is soixante, soixante, soixante-dix, soixante-dix. And let me tell you that soixante-dix or 70 is a continuation of the number 60. Okay, and I will show you why I say that. 80, 80, 90, 90. So now, as you can see, 80 has an S at the end of it. Why? Just because that 20 is at the end of the amount right here. Okay, like 4 20s, 4 20s. Now, in 90, you don't have to use that S. Why? Because that 20 is in between two numbers, or it's not at the end of your amount. That's why you don't have to use S on it. And the same thing will happen with the number 100 or 100, right? So, 100. Soixante et un, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69. Now, remember that we will stop using that A after this number 60. 70 won't need that A anymore. All right? So now remember, this is 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69. Okay, 69. And all you got to do, all these numbers, you have to unify them by having hyphen in between them. And 62 would spell like this. And that's why I put the little hyphen in front of these numbers, for you can add them as well. Very good. So now I said previously that 70 is the continuation of the number 60. Why? Now after 9, what do you think? What will be the next number after 9? Okay. Now, you know, after 9 will come 10, right? After 9 will come 10. So now what is 10 in French? You say 6, right? So now, and that's why you have the number 70 as 70. All right. After 9, you get 70, 11, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79. So now if you start counting, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, right? Then after 9, we go back there to say 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, and 19. You see? That's why this number 17 is the continuation of the number 60, which is 60, okay? So now, knowing that whenever you're spelling your 71, it will be 7, 60, 11, all right? My 71 will be 60 plus 11. Okay, that's the way it is in French. So there's no specific word for 70 by itself. So we use the 60 as a number, and we continue with the counting from 1 to 19. Okay, very good. We're moving forward. The same thing will happen. And don't forget, after 60, I said, you don't need that A anymore to unify your number. And that's why your 71 would spell 60, 71. Okay, 71, but not 71. Remember that. We don't need that anymore. All right, we only use the hyphen in between the two numbers to unify them. Very good. 1, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89. Okay, 89. After 9, you know, which is 9, after 9, you will have the number 10. And what is 10 in French? 10 will be 10. And that's why you say 90, 91, 92, 93, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99. Okay? Remember, it is the continuation of the number 80. Okay? So now remember, 80 by itself, as you could see it, 80. When we said 80, we would spell it like that: 4 20s, right? But now, because we have one last number, which is our number 1, we don't need that S right here anymore. Just pay attention to that. It is extremely important, okay? Just for you to spell your numbers right. So now in French and English, you always hear people saying 100, 100, right? But for French, you don't really need that 1. You simply have to say 100, which is 100. But now what if it's more than 100? Of course, you have to place the amount of hundreds that you have, right? As you can see, this is 200, and I put 2. Okay, which is 200s, right? And I have S at the end of it. Why? Because 100 is at the end of the amount, okay, of your written, right? So now you definitely need that S just because it is at the end. So now, and you will see, once that 100 is 100 is not at the end, you don't really need to add S, okay? And that's why you say 301. 301. All right, 301. In this case, I don't need that A anymore. Remember, we stopped using that A from 61. Okay, 61, where we said 61. Okay, very good. C'est combien? C'est combien? Or, c'est combien plus the thing that you want. Example, C'est combien le stylo vert? C'est combien le stylo vert? C'est 25 euros. C'est 25 euros. $45 50. 45 francs 50. 45 50. 45,50. 45,50.